what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nicole Richey with Plant Based with Nicole. Thank you guys for, hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Marie at Fuller Quest. We're going to talk about how going vegan the wrong way negatively impacted her health. You guys are probably wondering, how can going vegan mess up your health? Well, we're going to find out today. Just because people go vegan doesn't mean they're eating healthy, right? So, Tina, did I say Marie? Her name is not Marie. Her name is Tina. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know who I'm thinking about, but my guess, her name is Tina. So please ignore what I said if I said Marie. Tina is a 2-time published author, a Certified Integrative Nutrition Coach through IIN, which is the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and an Emory University-trained Health Coach. As a proud fibroid advocate and plant-based nutrition coach, nothing pleases her more than her ability to heal herself significantly and help others do the same. Tina has become a voice, an inspiration, and a trusted guide for others looking to live healthy, healed, and fulfilling lives. So I'm excited to bring her on. I don't know if she's in here yet. If you are, Tina, go ahead and request to join. Again, I apologize when y'all watch this from the beginning. I think I called her Marie. I don't know where I got Marie from. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. I'm really excited to interview my guest, Tina. Now, she went plant-based. Well, she went vegan, but that wasn't enough. So she had to take it to a different level. So we're going to talk about that today. I'm excited to bring her on. What time is it? It's 4:01 my time, 7:01 her time. Tina, are you on here? Thank you, everybody that's in here. How are you guys doing today? Where's everybody from? I'm in California. Put in the comments where you guys are from. I always like to know. I feel like everyone that I follow that follows me are in another state, like East Coast. Hey, Tina, go ahead and request to join. I just read your bio. We're ready for you. ATL. My guest is from ATL. Go ahead and request to join. Oh, Vanelle Francis is from the UK. Oh, welcome. All the way from the UAK, the UK. Indianapolis, Indiana. Okay. I can't even say that. I'm sorry. I forgot how to pronounce it. Indianapolis. Is that how you say it? And you guys, if you guys have questions, put them in the question box. I'm going to bring them through the chat. Okay. Wait, did I? Hey, beautiful.
I am here. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. You can hear me? Everybody can hear me? We're good?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you guys all hear both of us? Put a little heart in the comments. We want to make sure before we go on. Thank you guys so much. Well, I'm pretty sure we're good because my husband would have came in here or something, put something in the comments. So I think we're good. So yes, girl, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Thank you for asking me to be here with you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I love your content and I love your spirit, and you're always doing your lives and helping other people.
Thanks.
That's what it's all about. We're trying to help everybody get healthy up in this piece.
Yes.
So I love that tagline how going vegan the wrong way negatively impacted my health. We're going to talk about that in a little while, because everybody's probably like, how can going vegan be something negative, right? Yeah. Not all vegan food is healthy. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to get into, I always like to start off by asking, like, how long have you been eating this way, or vegan, animal free? And then what made you switch from a standard American diet to a vegan diet? Let's start there.
Yeah, so February 7th became my 7th year. Okay, so I just hit 7 years. Yay!
7.
Right?
Completion. The number 7 is completion. Yes, I love it.
I was the least likeliest person to ever live this type of lifestyle because I was addicted to cheese and to chicken. Why would you live a life without chicken or cheese? So it's crazy to me to even think about, like, I'm actually in this thing, not for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but like 7 years in.
7 years?
Yeah. So that's the time frame. The second part of your question was, why did I transition from a standard American diet? Well,
yes.
So before I transitioned over to a vegan or even plant-based, my initial goal was I was trying to heal the hormonal imbalances in my body that was causing infertility. And the more research that I was doing pointed towards diet, right? And everything that I was researching, because I was researching from a holistic perspective, talked about increasing more fruits and vegetables and getting your herbs in and getting ancient whole grains in. And the more I incorporated those things, the more I desired them, the less I desired the other things. And one day I looked up and I was a whole accidental vegan. It was never a goal. I never had one conversation about becoming vegan because it was never a goal.
That's something. It wasn't by mistake that you ended up here.
Okay.
You know? Thank you for answering that. I always like to get the backstory, you know? Okay, so when you first went vegan, well, first let's talk about the tagline, which is how did going vegan the wrong way negatively impact your health? So like, what were you eating at first when you first went vegan? Because vegan only means no animal products. That doesn't automatically mean healthy, y'all. You know, people think that, especially if somebody's eating some vegan cake or something like that. Yeah. Their response is, oh, well, it's vegan. Well, it's still processed. It still has some sugar that you don't need to be eating. It's, you know, it doesn't mean it's healthy just because it's vegan. Vegan just means without animal products. But anyway, so what were you eating at first when you first went vegan?
Absolutely. So I knew to stay away from soy, right? Because I was already dealing with a hormonal imbalance. So I knew to stay away from soy. But what the people did not tell me is that too many carbs is a problem. And especially the wrong type of carbs. So I was eating a lot of potatoes, a lot of the French fries, mashed potatoes, roasted potatoes. I would be out at the one restaurant where when you get the fries, you know, they put it in the white cup and then they drop it in the bag and then they add another scoop on top of there. I was eating a bunch of those French fries. I was going there like every week, and I was getting like, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, even though I live in Atlanta, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so I would be up in there like ketchup and let me get a side of barbecue sauce too, because I like to dip them in both. So there was a lot of that. Every week I was making a banana pudding. And my husband does not really like sweets. And when he do, it need to be chocolate, because if it ain't chocolate, it ain't nothing, right? And so that meant if it's just me and him up in the house and I'm making a banana pudding every week, that means because the one from last week is already gone. So I was eating a banana pudding every single week, like the whole entire thing of it, even though I was making it pretty much from scratch, but still, it was still sugar.
Yeah.
I was not making the cookies from scratch, so it was still the cookies. There was sweet potatoes, and I had figured out how to make the most amazing spelt waffles and pancakes, but still, we're still talking about a bunch of carbs. We're still talking about a bunch of flour. I was baking cookies. I was out buying cookies, as long as it didn't have like soy in it, and if it didn't have canola, and if it didn't have like white cane sugar, I was like, oh, this is all fair game, right? There was baking of the muffins and all of the fried oyster mushrooms and the fried cauliflower, because I had just got put onto those type of things. So
fried is not good to be. Very fried foods, that's not, even if it's vegan stuff you're frying, it's not good for you.
Yeah, because when you think about it, if something is fried, you just boiled it in oil. How is that healthy? You know, but honestly, I didn't know, because I didn't think about it, right? The thought process is, it's vegan. I'm using spelt flour. It's just oyster mushrooms. I am using avocado oil. So, you know, you cross off all of the things, right, that they tell you to get with, right? But no one says, hey, be careful that you're not eating. Oh, did I say white rice? Because we stayed at a Thai restaurant getting fried rice. even though I
Not
will
the
sometimes
not the white
the
rice.
white rice. Because when you go to a Thai restaurant
Yeah.
and you order some rice,
Eh,
it's white rice unless you
yeah, Asian
ask for brown
restaurants.
rice,
Hmm.
right? And so
Hmm.
it's like every week we was at the Thai spot. So it was just a lot of the wrong combinations of food.
Yeah.
Now, what I didn't mention is I was still eating fruits and vegetables and
Hmm.
stuff. But what I was doing during that 6-month time frame caused me to get a fibroid that was 13 centimeters, the size of a sweet potato, inside of my uterus after I had just eliminated fibroids 2 times.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you and I've been going back and forth and stuff, but for some reason you got the tumor when you went vegan.
The large one,
The
yes. So
large one.
prior to me becoming plant-based, like the first time I got diagnosed with fibroids, I had 5. The largest one was the size of a plum. Okay.
Wow.
And I ended up eliminating all 5 of those.
Okay.
And then I got another fibroid, eliminated those. And then I ended up transitioning to a vegan diet and was like, I'll never have to worry about fibroids ever again.
Yeah.
Like, I
Because
got
you're
this,
vegan.
right? Yeah, because now I'm vegan. I got this. And in 6
Mm.
months, I got a fibroid the size of a sweet potato. It was 13 centimeters. Eating
Wow.
the sweet potatoes, the French fries, the fried cauliflower, the fried oyster mushrooms, the cookies, the waffles, the pancakes, all of those things. And that's the
Junk
conversation
food.
that I try to make sure that I scream as loud as possible, because I was not eating processed chicken nuggets. I ain't never had a processed chicken nugget. I've never had a Beyond sausage a day before in my life, or a Beyond burger. So I was not out eating those type of things. I was not eating soy. I was eating the typical things, but just eating it the wrong way.
Yeah. Wow.
And too much.
That's a sweet potato.
Oh,
So we're talking like this size.
It was huge. Tomorrow or either tonight on my page, I am going to post the before and after picture. I don't think it's gonna let me have access to post a picture on here right now while we're on the live.
You got
but
the
it was huge.
picture of the tumor?
Oh yeah, inside of my stomach, because it was okay. This is important. It was pedunculated, right? And
What does
so
that
when
mean?
I laid back, it means that it was outside of my uterus and not inside. So, and it sits on the top of your uterus. So like, imagine like a cauliflower stalk or a broccoli stalk just hanging off of your uterus. So it sits up like a hump, almost like the way a cat will arch his back. That is how my stomach was after 6 months. And I missed it at first, because I know people sometimes be like, ain't nobody ever asked me, but I'm sure people be like, well, how did that grow and you not know it until it got to that size? Because here's the reality. Either you are all in doing the work, or either you're not, right? And during that time frame where I was just all eating the banana puddings and the cookies and all of those things, I was not doing my self-care work. Part of my self-care work used to be Mayan abdominal massage work. I had a therapist that I would go see, and she would do that type of work on me. And then at home, I would be doing it myself. So it was over the winter. I was wearing big clothes. I knew my stomach had got pudgy, but I was not doing any type of abdominal massage work until spring started coming. I was like, wait a minute, it's about to get warm outside. I got to get my summertime body. So I ended up going on a detox, right? And during that 7-day detox, I ended up shrinking my waistline down by 3 centimeters, right? 3 inches, I'm sorry, 3 inches, right? Because it don't take long to get the waist out. It really don't. When you're strategic, it doesn't take that long. And since now I'm back in the mind frame of getting my body back together for the summer, I went to do my massage and was like, wait a minute, hold up, what is this? And right away I knew. So that day I ended up calling the doctor, scheduling an ultrasound. Like within a week, got an ultrasound, and sure enough, 13 centimeter fibroid that was not there prior to.
Wow. And you guys, this one developed after she went vegan, for those who just joined, okay? From eating a junk food vegan diet, because just because vegan does not mean healthy, okay? So she developed this during a vegan eating, and then so you got this tumor, 13 inches, and then centimeters, sorry. And then you were like, I need to change my ways, right? Yeah. So you decided to go more plant-based, whole foods more so. Talk about that. So you switched to a more plant-based. Like, how did you start eating then?
Yeah. So at that point, it was just like, you know what? We're not frying the food no more. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're not about to be frying cauliflower and oyster mushrooms. So we just saute them or bake them in the oven or do something different, pulling back on the waffles and the pancakes because there's so many other things to eat.
Yeah.
How many
Lots of
vegetables are
stuff.
there? How many fruits is there? And then there was a ton of detoxing. So there was detoxing and everything. And within 45 days, I was able to shrink that fibroid down to half its size.
Wow.
So it went
Wow.
from
How many days?
45. Oh, I was very
Just from
serious.
switching to a healthier way of eating.
Oh, it
And
was
it
herbs
within
and
the,
everything. It wasn't
oh, wow.
just, it was herbs. It was changing
Okay.
what I was eating, how often I was
Mm-hmm.
eating. It was working out. It was doing the mental and the emotional work. So it was a lot that went into it during that time frame.
Wow. That's called some self-care like a mug.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's awesome that you were able to, you said shrink it half the size, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're still on a journey to get rid of that sucker all the way.
I am still on the journey to get rid of that sucker all the way.
And you will get rid of it.
Yes, I will.
I interviewed, I don't know if you know Delilah Raw Fit, but I interviewed her a few weeks ago. She also had fibroids, and she actually switched to a raw vegan diet. And she's been raw for years now, but she went to a raw vegan diet and was able to eliminate them completely.
Wow.
So that's just a little seed planted. Maybe you can try eating. I know it's like, that's a girl. I just did it for 44 days and I give props to everybody who does that as a lifestyle. I eat a high raw diet, but fully raw, whoo, that's a whole nother level. But I mean, like, just something to think about, or even extremely high raw. It doesn't have to be fully, but just, think about that. Cause maybe that can like take it from half to just zero.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're still working on your healing, and praise God that it went half, it is cut itself in half. So that's a big
That's a big deal, right?
That's a big deal.
Big deal.
That is a very big deal. We're talking 13 centimeters to now about 6.5 or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's progress. And that means that if you keep going, it's gonna keep shrinking and shrinking. And then it's going to be gone. The doctor going to be like, I don't know what happened. Where did it go?
Right?
Well, first, we're going to give credit to God. And then we're going to be like, well, God healed me through my diet, So
I have to add this part too, because I don't want people to think that they can just change their diet and then that's enough.
The mind?
Yes, stress. Stress is one of the number one causes for fibroids, okay? And then there's emotional trauma. And then there's diet, right? So these are like the top 3 issues or imbalances that will cause for the fibroids.
Yes. Amen, you guys. Y'all got to get a hold of everything. Sorry, who's requesting to join? I can't bring you guys on. This is my podcast, so this is all about Tina. So thank you guys for your request, but I can't bring you on today. Okay, so when you switched to plant-based, now how were you eating? And then did you experience any benefits that you didn't have when you just went vegan in the first place?
Oh, that's a good question. Those are 2 different questions.
Let me, because that was a lot. You want me to ask the first one again?
Yeah, hit me with the first one.
The first one was so you were vegan for 6 months, you was eating all kind of junk. And then you were like, I need to start eating healthier within this vegan diet. So you started eating more plant-based. So how were you eating now? Like, what kind of foods were you eating? Give me a sample day. We'll start there, and then I'll ask you the other question.
Okay, so a lot of the foods that I was eating when I first transitioned vegan, right, and ended up with the 13 centimeter fibroids, a lot of those foods I was still eating plant-based. I just ate them differently. Like, instead of frying the cauliflower or frying the oyster mushrooms, it was about sauteing them, or it was about steaming the cauliflower or baking it or something, right? The waffles, the pancakes and stuff, I had to say, okay, we ain't about to fool with them right now. Oh, even potatoes. I had to stop eating potatoes and sweet potatoes. And if I did have potatoes, they would have to be purple instead of white or even the red ones. At this stage, I eat, my lifestyle is probably about 90% 100% super clean,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
probably close to raw about 65 to 70% of the time. So
Okay.
I do get a lot of raw
Mm-hmm.
foods. I do not, I don't eat 3 meals per day. As a lifestyle practice and rule for myself, I do not chew until noon. So I live an intermittent fasting lifestyle. And then I try
Mm-hmm.
not to eat past 8 p.m., right? So I just
Okay, so you
have
do
a
like
ritual,
you do a 16-8, they
pretty
call it.
much. Yeah.
Fast for 16 hours, eat for 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't even feel like fasting because it's just a lifestyle, right? So I can
Mm-hmm.
still drink. I can have a smoothie. I can have a juice. I can have a tea. I can do other things. So it doesn't even. I don't even think about it much.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the times, interesting enough, once 12 hit, I'm usually not even hungry. Most days I don't even chew anything till around 1, 2,
Really?
3 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah. So it just doesn't even feel like fasting. It's just
It's no
part of
big
my,
deal to you.
yes,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not big.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
So
when I
like
do
what's the
eat,
first thing you eat? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
so when I do eat, it's usually around 2 o'clock or so.
Woo!
What did I have today? I ate earlier today. Today was, I guess it was a different day. Around noon, I
Mm-hmm.
had some chia pudding. I had some
Mm.
chia seed pudding.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not have berries or mangoes or anything here, so I did something I've never done before. I chopped up a pear and put the pear inside of it. Hey, it was nutrients, right?
Hey, you do whatever
Yeah,
works,
yeah.
whatever you have around.
Mm-hmm. And
How
then
did that
for
taste?
dinner,
Just curious with the pears. How did it taste?
oh, it was strange because the pear was a firm pear.
Yeah.
You know, normally with your chia pudding, you want like soft berries or
Mm-hmm.
mangoes or bananas or
Mm-hmm.
something. But I didn't just want the chia pudding all by itself.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't. You got to have a little bit of fruit cut up in
yeah,
there.
yep. So
You
after
tried
chia
it. You
pudding,
tried it. You know, it's not something you want to do again, but it's nice to
yes,
try something different.
yes. It was
Yeah.
so interesting that after I ate the chia pudding, I went to the market and bought some berries. Because
You're like,
when
dang,
I
I wish I
finished
had
eating the
these.
pear.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
well. Tomorrow you can have the berries.
right.
And
And
then
then
would you?
for dinner, I had some red lentil soup that had
Mm.
broccoli and celery and onions and ginger and garlic in it. And that's what I had today. Grapes. I had grapes. After I
Wow.
got back
Okay.
from the market, I had
So
a
you.
bowl of grapes.
Wow, you got a small appetite. How can I be you? Nah. So you had the chia pudding, and then you didn't have nothing until dinner.
I had the
The
grapes.
lentil soup.
I had the grapes after I got back from the store. So I had chia pudding with the pear. And then I had some grapes a few hours later, a bowl of grapes. And then for dinner, I had the red lentil soup.
That sounds yummy. I wish I could eat that little. I got a big appetite, and I always have, and it's annoying. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. Okay, so I just wanted to get a sample of like how you're eating now. That sounds very whole food, plant based, like as opposed to all the. Do you ever allow yourself any of the naughty stuff, like kind of like here and there kind of thing,
The
treats?
answer is yes. The answer is yes. And you have to
Hmm.
know yourself enough to know
Yeah.
what you can and can't do, right?
Hmm.
I never eat anything that's not plant-based. Let's start off there
Yeah.
because sometimes, when people hear that, they might think, well, sometimes I go eat a bowl of ice cream that is dairy. No, I never eat anything that's not plant-based. Okay. But
Yeah.
sometimes I might allow myself to have a waffle or some
Yeah.
pancakes or some
Yeah.
cookies but most of the time when I eat things like that, I eat it at home. I forgot to mention, let me write it on my list too. I was eating pizza. Oh man, I was making
Oh, in the
pizzas at
beginning?
home, out buying the pizzas from Whole Foods, the vegan pizza. It
Yeah.
went down. It was the sandwiches, so it was a bunch of
Hmm.
carbs jumping on.
Yeah. A
So
whole bunch of stuff.
yeah, so at this stage, sometimes I will allow myself to have something that
Yeah.
I
And
know is not going to work. That's going to work against me if we're just going to be honest,
hmm
right? But
hmm
at the same time, when I do that, I already know that you're going to have something in plan, something in action to help you swiftly get this out of your body, right?
Yeah.
So generally the way I used to do it, and I need to get back to it. Let's say if I decided to go out and eat some pizza, well, the next
Hmm.
day, sis is going to be taking a herbal tonic. So that way
Okay.
she can go ahead and get it back out of her system because I can't
Mm-hmm.
choose that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This past holiday season is when I really learned myself. I learned that it's okay if I do something once or twice and then be done with it. But I had
Yes.
Christmas Eve.
Child.
Eating. I had taught I teach cooking classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virtual and in-person cooking classes. So Christmas Eve, I taught my class how to make French toast. Even though we used spelt bread, even though we made the egg batter from scratch, right, with a mung bean,
Mm-hmm.
instead of using like some of those processed egg, like just eggs and stuff at the store,
Yeah.
we made everything from scratch. But the eve of Christmas Eve, I had French toast. Christmas Day, I had French toast. Then Christmas came and there was like the fried chicken and the potato salad. And, I made a whole Christmas dinner. My birthday is December 28th. So we went out and I went to True Foods and I had intentions
True
to be
Food Kitchen.
good.
Oh, I love that. I
Yes,
love
I
that
do
recipe.
too. I had intentions to be really good and just
Mm-hmm.
get this plant-based burger that's made from mushrooms and walnuts and quinoa and just, plain stuff. Child, I didn't ate the bread. I knew I should have told them not to bring the bread. I should have been like, don't bring the bun. I was like, let me just bite it and see what it tastes like. I didn't eat the whole burger. And then they found out it was my birthday. They brought me out vegan cookies and ice cream. And then there was New Year's Eve. I ate
Girl.
some more junk.
Mm.
And then my husband's birthday was January 3rd. Then I ate some more junk. And at this point, every part of my being is craving it. I want
Right.
everything that I have been eating and have
Triggered.
not eaten. I
You
want
triggered.
pizza.
It triggered everything.
Yes, I ain't eat the French fry. I ain't eat no French fry stuff. But I wanted pizza. I wanted more ice cream. I wanted more cookies. I wanted waffles and pancakes. And I just kept finding reasons to make another thing and another thing and another thing. I looked up on January 10th and was like, you have to stop.
Yeah.
Every day you are eating stuff that you're not supposed to. You're not even detoxing to get it back out of your system. And so you have to know yourself and know what you can and cannot do.
Can't
and
handle.
I can't do that more than like 2 or 3 days at a time. After
Right.
it, I have to stop because it became emotional.
Mm-hmm.
It became, if I stop eating this, then my life is going to be boring and I'm going to be miserable. Girl, your life wasn't boring before Christmas Eve.
Right.
It was very vibrant and wonderful, and you loved the food that you ate. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, you just got off track for a minute, and then it's like you forget what you was eating before. That made you feel good mentally and physically, It's like that trigger thing, girl. I know exactly what you mean. And, we'll give you a pass because, girl, it was the same for me. The holidays had me jacked up, and I'm eating things that I don't normally eat. And it's okay to do that every now and then. But then you gotta know when to stop, and you gotta know how to get back on track eating the way that you know is best for you, right?
Yeah.
So you did that. It might have taken you a couple of weeks, but you finally was like, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me get back on track and do what I know is best for me. So you did that. And out there, we're not saying, you guys, that junk food is bad. Like you can allow yourself to have treats every now and then. Like I feel like it's a good balance, right? To have eat a whole food. I eat, like I say, I eat 80-20, 80% whole foods and raw, 20% cooked and like treats, naughty stuff. But when I have that naughty stuff, just don't go overboard with it. That's the thing, is just we got to be in control of it. And sometimes it's hard because once you taste something, it triggers something, right? Then you want more and more, but we just got to just be in control of it. So, but overall, you're eating healthy. You're eating a high amount of healthy foods on a daily basis.
I'm back. I'm back to eating what I'm supposed to.
You back on track?
Oh yeah, I'm
Good.
back on track. I completed.
Good.
I did a 28-day detox. Okay?
I was gonna ask you. Wait.
Yes.
Juice fast?
No, not juice fast. It was
no, detox, right? Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Let's go on and talk about that now, because I remember you were posting about it. How was your detox experience? And like, what were you eating differently than normal, or was it was just your normal diet without any of the every now and then treats?
Yeah, so normally I don't eat treats. Let me just put that out there. So when my life is normal, I just really don't eat treats. Okay. On this healing journey, I just know that I need not to. Okay. Nicole said eating the junk ain't bad. That's what Nicole
Every
said.
now and
That's
then.
what Nicole
I
said.
say that. I
say
said
that.
that.
So
I
I'm
said
just saying
that.
I ain't saying
I'll take the
yeah,
blame.
Nicole
Okay.
said that.
20%, 20%, you know, every now and then.
For me,
But
it's bad.
not Tina.
For me, it's bad when you have a okay, so when you have some type of disease or disorder or something that you're trying to heal from, like I am,
Mm-hmm.
eating the junk is bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for multiple reasons, right? So prior to the holidays, my lifestyle was pretty clean, where I eat a good deal of raw foods, a lot of salads and fruits, and I still eat cooked foods too, right? Plant-based cooked foods. Nothing processed. Only thing that I will eat that's processed, okay, oil is processed. Whether you like to call it that or not, oil is processed.
Yeah.
Recently I got into pump food. Are you familiar with pump food?
What's that?
I actually like it. It's like it's a tofu substitute, but the ingredients is pumpkin seeds and water. So
wow, where do you get that?
Some Whole Foods sell it, not in Atlanta, but a lot of people's Whole Foods sell it. But it's the company is called Foodies. So if you put in Foodies and you put in Pump Food, PUMFU, they can actually ship it to your house. So here in Atlanta, one of my local co-ops sell it. So from time to time, I will use some Pump Food in something because it's just pumpkin seeds and water, right? So outside of that, what else do I eat that's processed? Like some organic tomato sauce or something. So
I was about to say that, like some,
Yeah, so for the most part, I eat pretty much just whole foods. I eat a bunch of vegetables. I eat a lot of fruit, grains. I will eat ancient grains like your amaranth, your fonio, your black wild rice. Sometimes I'll do organic brown rice. From time to time, I might do something that had a spelt flour or something in it. Legumes. I will consume. I'm particular. I'm not really a bean person, but I like lentils.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I love lentils.
Yeah, like maybe once or twice a week or so, I might have some lentils. So I'm pretty clean. I'm pretty much fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, ancient grains, and legumes. And
so your detox. So you did it for 28 days. So it was definitely all clean, and you were probably taking herbs too. How was your experience? How was that experience?
It was wonderful. By day 5, because by the time I entered the detox, because I was eating all of that stuff that I told you that I was eating around the holidays, I was craving like crazy. I just wanted I felt free. And a part of me just wanted to stay free, but I know I cannot heal eating like that. I know that the fibroid will continue to grow, and I've come too far. I've been in this way too long, right? So I had to remind myself of my deep why. So what happened is I got inside of the detox, and by day 5, all my cravings were gone. And so I was like, okay,
oh, good.
I'm back. This is good, right?
Yeah.
What were the other responses as a result of the detox? I lost 2 inches off my waistline, which that's always a good thing for me.
Good for you.
Yeah, I lost 3 pounds, which 3 pounds is not a lot of weight, but
no, child, that 3 pounds is perfect for 28 days because we should only be losing like when people are losing 4 or 5 pounds a week, it's just water anyway. You lost 3 pounds of fat in 28 days. That's perfect.
And then too, I only weigh 120 pounds. I'm 5'1".
Really?
I weigh 120.
Are you a little tiny thing?
Yeah, I'm a size 2. Like I don't have much weight
tiny.
to lose.
Yeah, you don't have no girl. You good.
My BMs are normally like I usually have about 3 BMs per day. During the detox, I was still most days having like 3 BMs. Most of the time, they smell horrible, like trash trunk juice. So I know my body was going deep inside
it was going back to kindergarten.
Yes. And like right. And like every 5 or 6 days, I was having 5 BMs. It was like every 5 to 6 days. Instead of the 3, I was having 5. 2 other things happened that was really, really good for me. Prior to the detox, I was explaining to my husband that right here in my throat, it felt like I had swallowed a big potato, and it was just
just sitting there.
It just would not go down, and I had no potato. And at one point, I got a little concerned about it because one day we was at the house and I had him feel it. It was even pulsating. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like I probably need to go to the doctor and get an MRI to see what is going on. Since the detox, that is completely gone. The
Oh,
sensation is there no more.
praise the Lord.
Yes, there is no more throbbing. That's gone. Okay.
Hmm.
There was another thing that was happening, and my husband was like, it probably happened from when you got COVID, Tina. You probably just didn't pay attention. There was this thing happening where when I would take a deep breath in, or at least try to, it would stop like midway chest, and it would not go all the way down to my abdomen. I could not take deep breaths anymore. And so when I was
Wow.
taking the breath, by the time I got to like the count of 3, my body would just force the breath back out. It was really strange. Since the detox, that's not happening anymore. I can again breathe deeply down to my gut, hold it for a few seconds, and then let it back out.
Glory
so the
to
detox
God.
was wonderful for me. It
That's
did all
good.
kind of good things.
That is wonderful. Like you have some healing going on up in there.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that's inspiring you guys. Some of y'all need to detox. Some of y'all need to let go of all that junk food. No,
Hello, I agree.
When I don't know if we skipped when I was asking you, like, once you went plant-based, eating more healthy, and you talked about what you were eating, and we didn't get to the other question. What did you have any benefits that you didn't get when you went vegan in the first place? Like once you went to a healthier way of eating, not this detox, but yeah. Did you have anything different that you didn't have when you went vegan?
That's a really good question. And the reason why I'm really pausing, because I want to answer it as honest as possible, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes you got to think for a minute.
Yeah,
I
understand.
cannot say per se that I experienced something like really noticeably different from transitioning to vegan as I did when I went plant-based. But let me say this. Let me tell you when I felt my biggest transition. I was a person who, in my standard American diet, I ate chicken and cheese every single day. Okay. And I was eating some form of meat 3 different times a day. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And all 3 meals would, like in the morning, I might have an English muffin with some turkey sausage on it or some turkey bacon on it. And then for lunch, I might have a salad with grilled chicken and some cheese on it. And then for dinner, I might have like salmon, like some grilled salmon or sauteed salmon with some rice, and then I might have broccoli, right? But every single day I was eating like
a lot of flesh.
A lot of flesh, right? And so the biggest difference that I ever noticed, ever noticed, was when I stopped eating meat 3 times a day. I intentionally went to what I called an 80-20. And so my 80-20 meant that I had to eat vegan or plant-based foods 80% of the time. And then 20% of the time I would allow myself to have an animal product. So for me, that meant out of 21 meals, only 4 times a week can I have something that's animal-based, and I have to skip a day in between. And when I
now wait, what part of your journey was this?
This was like 9 years ago. This was like 9 years ago, before I ever even transitioned to vegan. Remember, it wasn't a goal for me to become vegan. It was just like the more I ate vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and ancient grains and legumes, the less I desired the animal products. So when I got into that 80-20, and then I started taking a multivitamin, I remember telling my husband that my exact words to him is, for the first time in my life, I think I feel like the way a woman is supposed to feel.
Come on.
I felt alive in a way that I had never felt before. Like when you hear the word vibrant, I had embodied that. That's how I felt. I felt so vibrant, and I've never had a bigger high than that in terms of how I felt.
Because all that heaviness was no longer going inside you. So that was like, it was like a weight lifted.
Yeah,
you know?
My cells was like, thank you, girl. Thank you.
Yes, they was happy. They was twerking. They was twerking and everything. No, just kidding.
Right, they were, and I was right with them. So that was my biggest high. When I talk about like the feeling different. Yeah. When I went from vegan to plant-based, I didn't feel that same level of high. I knew it was a better decision for me, but I did not feel that.
But the point is that you're doing good now. You're eating clean. You're healing yourself, and everything is right with the world.
Yeah.
Well, not everything. Everything ain't never perfect, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand.
So I know you're a coach. You're a health coach, and in your bio you mentioned like not only you're helping yourself heal from things, but you love to help others as well. Like, how have you helped others heal? Give me some examples of like how you help them, and then what have they been healed from?
Yeah, so as a coach, I am a plant-based nutrition coach, and I also help women to naturally heal their bodies of fibroid-related symptoms, growths, and excess weight. So let's talk about a few of my clients. One of my clients, her name is Kimmy. I love Kimmy. Kimmy said she has been journeying with me in the Womb Strong. Womb Strong is my LLC for where and how I help women with fibroids.
Yes, and
right?
we're going to talk about your wonderful book in a minute too.
Yes. So Kimmy, since rocking with Womb Strong, the Womb Strong way, she is down 60 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I help women to create a healthy lifestyle. So Chima is another client. When she first entered Womb Strong, the Womb Strong work, she was having periods that were like 11 days long. And according to her, like every hour she would have to start all over, right? Every hour she would need a new pad, new tampon, new. She was bleeding through her clothes like in an hour.
Heavy.
Yeah,
wow.
Heavy bleeding. She had huge fibroids. By within 90 days, she lost 32 pounds. Her period went from being 11 days down to 3 to 4 days of normal bleeding. The fibroid shrunk by 5 centimeters. She was no longer having the pain and stuff that she was experiencing. No more cramps.
Wow.
Speaking about cramps, one of my other clients who just ordered another package, another Womb Strong package, she actually lives in Canada. And before doing the Womb Strong detox with me, she couldn't get out of bed on her period because she would be in so much pain, and she had a hard time putting on weight because she could not eat because she would be in so much pain on her period and then even on her period. When she did our 30-day detox, she actually gained weight. She was excited about it, and she went from having excruciating pain to no pain at all. One of my other clients, Asna, I'm going to tell you about Asna, then I'm going to be done flexing on my client.
You got lots of testimonies.
My client, Asna, when she entered Womb Strong, the detox, the work back in February, a year ago, she was having heavy periods, not painful periods, but heavy periods. And she had a fibroid that was in the top of her uterus. Within 3 months, that bad boy dropped down to the bottom of her cervix. Now she is fibroid free. She has her last period, which was just a few days ago. She was like, my period was only 2 days this time. She thought something was wrong. I'm like, that's a good thing. She was like, that's okay. I'm like, yes, that's really a good thing. That's normal. She was so used to like heavy bleeding and longer extended periods that she thought something was wrong. Not only that, she lost 40 pounds.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that's some of the work that I do with helping women create.
That's amazing, girl. That is amazing. It's not, you ain't just a talker. You got the proof in the pudding, you know. When you got the results to show, then you know you're doing something good. You know you're doing something right, y'all.
There's Asna right there. She just said, Tina is a beautiful soul. She helped me heal. So y'all know I ain't making up.
Amen.
Right, and she right there to say, yes, she helped me heal.
So that's a perfect transition to talk about my last thing I want to talk about. First of all, congratulations, girl. Y'all, she is the #1 bestseller on Amazon. Her book, Womb Strong, right? Congratulations. Thank you. That is a wonderful, wonderful achievement. That is awesome. I know you're proud of yourself. So let's talk about your book. You kind of gave us some indirect insight to what it could do for people.
Yeah.
Talk about your book, and then how can people find? Well, Amazon. I just said Amazon. So, I'm gonna have to buy it too because I'm hearing all these testimonies and it just sounds like just something, it must be a good read, you know, it's helping people. So
Yeah.
we got it. Everybody go check it out as well. It's in your bio, right? It's in your link
It
tree.
is. Yep, it
Yeah.
is.
So talk to everybody about your book, and just give me some, just share about your book. We want to know. We want to know.
I sure will. So let me say this. We hit #1 seller in 7 categories on Amazon.
Woo,
Okay. So
woo.
the book, let me grab the book. It's behind
Yeah,
me.
get your book,
So the
girl.
book is called Womb Strong. For starters, this book is so beautiful, y'all. Aesthetically, it's beautiful.
That's
It is a hardcover.
very nice.
It
Yes.
is an 8x11 book. It is
Ooh.
full color. It's 185 pages. And inside of this book, we start out in the beginning of the book talking about women and some of the health challenges that we are up against. Like currently right now in the United States of America, 500,000 women die annually. Let me turn to this.
Wow. How
Wait a
many?
minute.
How many?
I'm about to read this to y'all because I need y'all to really understand this, and I don't want y'all to think I made this up. Annually, in the United States of America, 500,000 women die from heart disease. Okay, that's just
Wow.
270,000 from cancer. Okay, 60% of stroke deaths happen to women. 12.6 million women 20 years and older are living with diabetes.
Wow.
6.1 million women have issues getting pregnant or staying pregnant. 600,000 hysterectomies are performed annually. Okay, 25% of young women in between the ages of 15 to 25 years old have fibroids. Okay, up to 80% of women will have fibroids by the age of 50. This is why I created this work. This is why I created this book. And let's not mention obesity, or maybe we need to. Up to 43% of women in the United States of America are obese. Not just overweight, but obese.
Wow.
Okay? And so what Womb Strong is a book that actually helps you to create a lifestyle of healing. We get into not just stats, we get into what healing really is. And it's even a book, too, where you have to do some of the work yourself. Like right here is a chart that you fill out. This is your personal circle of health. Where you at? Where you doing? Where are you at? Like, how are you doing? Let's analyze you. And then there's so many tips and pointers on how to heal holistically. There is, if you want the information on fibroids, even if you don't have fibroids, this book is just good to create a lifestyle for healing, because I have women who are in their 50s and 60s that join the Womb Strong communities, right? Or join detoxes. And for them, it's not fibroids. For them, it is, I need to get this waste out of my system.
Yeah.
It is, I want to avoid diseases. And the real flex is preventing. Healing is possible, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful when it's complete. But the real flex is to prevent the diseases, so that way you don't have to heal from them, right? And so this book just basically lays out the lifestyle. And where you see fibroids, just act like you don't even say fibroids. And just read the information about xenoestrogens and inflammation and hormonal imbalances and the dietary lifestyle. Like, just read the information. And then read about the liver and what you need to do to boost your liver function. And from there, there's a whole herbal index. It's like 8 pages of just herbs to help you heal your body. And
I'm buying that book. I'm going to buy your book. I'm buying it. And I love that it's not online. I can touch it and feel it. I like hard copies. Yeah, I'm going to get that.
Section in here, we talk about, it's like 3 pages of shopping list. It's food composition. Sometimes we have a hard time healing or even losing weight because we're eating the wrong things together. Even in a plant-based lifestyle, there's still laws to composition, right? So we get into composition. We get into what you need to buy organic. What foods are the top alkaline foods? What foods are going to help your body prevent too much excess estrogen? We talk about the mucus-forming foods. You know, we talk about what foods to eat to eliminate mucus. Then we get into food storage. And then there's 60 recipes in the book. It's just it's an amazing book.
Girl, you are the bomb.com. You did this? This is your book?
This is my book. And let me tell you one of my favorite parts of the book. I sent this book off to be reviewed by 2 doctors, a nutritionist and a chef, a plant-based chef, before I published it, because I needed to make sure that what I was saying was right? even though for about 8 or 9 years, I was doing a lot of research myself from reading and then going to holistic medical doctors, iridologists, kinesiologists, Chinese medicine doctors, functional medicine doctors, you name it, everybody in between. Okay. So I had all of this information. I had an amazing mentor who just really understood biology, right? She passed in her 90s a few years ago. Well, I sent the book off, and this is one of my favorite parts of the book. It says, as a physician who has suffered from fibroids, I still know my lane. Traditional medicine does not give the nutritional tools that Tina has mastered in her lane. This guidebook takes you on a road trip that is a journey of a lifetime. And this is from Dr. Ayana Herbert. The other doctor, she gave her review back here too, and then so did the chef and the nutritionist. So it's a phenomenal book. So if you are looking to prevent illnesses, a lot of these come, and somebody we say, okay, well, I don't have fibroids, so I don't need this book. Well, guess what? According to Dr. John Lee, the same hormonal imbalances that causes fibroids causes breast cancer, uterine cancer, autoimmune diseases, strokes, acceleration of age, and about 25 other things. So
it's all about preventing all the diseases, not just fibroids, everything, y'all. This can help any and everybody, you know, no matter where you at in your life, this book could help y'all. And I'm gonna buy it. It might have to wait till next week's check, but I'm gonna get that.
And you can get it on Amazon, or you can get it on my website. If you get it from my website, I'm gonna autograph it and ship it to you. So it's the same cost if you get it on Amazon or whether you get it from me. One of them will just be autographed and the other one will not be.
I want you to write something special for me. I want you to write something special for me. Wow, that's amazing, girl. When you was reading the little the thing from the doctors, I got the little goosebumps and chills. I feel
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds like an amazing book.
I was like,
yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations, for real. That's like a major accomplishment. I know you are just so stoked. Wait, what's the word? Stoked? Yeah, something like that. But anyway, thank you, Tina. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much for just sharing your journey, your story. I know someone on here was touched. I know there's at least one person, I know there's a lot more than that, that could relate to her story, that can take heed to some of the things she shared with you guys, because she's talking from experience, y'all. So you know, it's one thing for people to just talk, but when you live something, you could share what you experienced and how you improved or made things better. So take heed to what she said, y'all. Check out her book. Go to her bio. I'm buying hers next week because I already spent my entertainment for this week. I'm going to buy her book next week because it sounds like a wonderful book. I mean, I'm not dealing with fibroids, but like we said, it could help anything preventative, you know, and it's just about healthy living in general too. So you guys check it out. Check out her bio. Make sure you guys follow her if you're not already. She has some other great things in her bio in the link tree as well. So go check that out. And let's see. Am I missing anything? Girl, thank you so much. Really. Thank you.
You are welcome.
It's very nice. It's nice meeting you.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for listening to me talk, y'all.
Yeah.
And I hope I said something to encourage someone to elevate your lifestyle.
Yes.
It's important. It does matter.
It does. Yes. Amen, y'all. This is wonderful. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you, everyone. So thank you, Tina. I'm going to go ahead and announce my guest for not next week, but the week after. Okay. So I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break next week. But yeah, thank you so much, love.
Thank you.
I'll see you on the gram.
Okay. See ya.
Thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Next week, I'm taking a break. So I will not have Plant Based with Nicole next week, but I will have the week after, the first Sunday in, March. I'll be interviewing a dear friend of mine. She is the owner and creator of her own vegan ice cream business. It's called Cube. I'm so excited to interview her because, you know, we've been friends for like 20 years, and just to see how much her business has grown. So you guys tune in, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. I'll be interviewing Kai Norte, the owner of Cube Ice Cream. So I hope to see you guys there. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were inspired. Share this live with your friends. share this live with someone that you know who is dealing with fibroids, or just needs some, guidance in the health realm. So, anybody could be touched by this message today. So thank you guys so much, and God bless you all. Bye, everybody. God bless you.